we don't have love anymore. It's all vapid.
What's up,
It's
Izako60?
what's
This
the
guy
word?
is
Philistine. It's
joined.
Philistine. It's vapid. It's uncouth.
He messaged me on
There's
Discord
another word. There's another word I
complaining
like to
about
use for
my
these
diff about my
circumstances.
video,
I'll have to go on
and
Google
then
quickly
he's talking about how he
and
basically
locate
supports
it.
this, what this guy was saying, and he's complaining about all of it.
Insipid,
Oh,
trite,
so you said
zestless.
you're
I can't
recording, right?
find the word I'm talking about. I am for my own safety. I
Yeah.
know how
I'm
your kind
gonna.
works. Banal. It's banal.
You don't have to, but I just want to ask you if once you have finished this call, if you could send me that video.
Of course.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, no, that'd be delightful. Do you have an email address? How would you like it?
If you are able to send it via this on Discord. If not, I will make a
I will
banner.
send it to you via Catbox. It may be too long to send over Discord. I'll also have to edit out private identifying information, obviously.
And what information would that
But
be?
oh well, just pictures of my time zone. I've been browsing like kiwi farms while talking, things like that. I have to censor aspects like that.
Uh,
I've been on
Audio
I've
wise,
been on
are you editing anything?
FloydNet.ai. I've been on my YouTube channel. What were you saying?
What's your YouTube?
Well, that's private. That's private.
Right.
When it, I used to have one with 2,500 subscribers, but that got banned. So when I get to 1,000, I'll tell you on the
So,
new channel.
why
The
did you get banned? What did you do?
hate speech. I was accused of violating YouTube's hate speech doctrines.
For what? What was
And
you
what
saying?
I
What did you
believe
do?
happened, there is a man with a similar voice to me, and I believe he framed me. I
Right.
believe he framed me. So yeah, I don't know. YouTube does false bans all the time.
That is
It just
true.
happens. Just happens. I don't know what it was. I think I might have been mass reported by maybe the jury or the Freemasons or something. But I don't know.
Okay.
There's always a problem with people online and hate brigades. I
Okay.
was a music artist. I was
So,
uploading songs.
my main thing is, what made you so upset that you had to join my Discord, privately DM me and call me and record it just to have this rant about practically nothing? Because you're just upset with a few
I
things.
just don't like people's lives being ruined over nothing. I
Right, but
think a
if you look at the
reputation
video, I
a
mean, you can
reputation
see
lasts a few.
his
Your
username.
reputation, you spend your entire life building it up, and someone can ruin your reputation in a single fucking 5 minutes out of context. You don't have proof in any of these videos. You have any proof, and these people have built their reputation. They've got jobs, loved ones,
I mean, if
families.
you
They
look at
spend years and
the
years and
first
years being a
video you were
treasured
speaking
community member,
about,
and you try to
there.
fucking throw these people under the bus because you're trying to get views on YouTube. You're
I'm
trying
not
to get
trying
fucking
to
8
get
views on
views.
YouTube, and that's why you want to stab people in the back.
I mean,
And
no.
I think
If
that's
you look at the
despicable.
video that you was on about, the first video, his username is not there. People can't go and harass him. It is just the video
What
of
about his
him, and he
voice?
left.
Voices are
Yeah,
distinctive
but he
entities.
was there for about 5 minutes for the recording, and then the rest was just the two miners who were there, and I was questioning them, right? So that's
So
not really
you
having him
uploaded a
there.
video with a 13-year-old girl in it without her consent. You didn't even. Do you ask her consent? Do you think she wants to be in the public's eye
Right, but
and be harassed by the
if you
public?
are online and you are in public spaces, which that was a public space, it was an open instance, that's how I joined, you do consent to potentially being recorded.
Why was your
It's
friend
in
in a
most terms and
server
services.
in a lobby room? Why was your friend in a lobby room with a 13-year-old?
Because he's 14, a bit younger than me by like a year, right? And so he invited me because it was his friends who were in the lobby, and he left afterwards to not get himself involved with the drama that could unfold while I'm there questioning
So
and
he
recording.
instigates the drama. He sends you as watchdog in to go there
No,
with cameras
it
and
was a one
microphones and
time
boom
because
boxes, and then he
I,
leaves. That
I
sounds
mean,
like a coward thing to do.
he
It's
recognized
cowardly.
my voice from one of my earlier videos because it was through a Star Wars group on VR chat, He knew who I was,
What about
and
the
then
My
he asked
Weakness
me to
white
go
men
take a
guy?
look. What do you mean how?
What's your problem with them?
He supports pedophilia. That's my problem.
I don't know what it's like in Bongland, but what's wrong with free speech? Why are you against free speech? The doctrine of free speech and
Right, but
extolling
it's
the virtues of
illegal.
freedom.
I mean, if someone has a genuine opinion, I will respect it. But if they support pedophilia and rape and sexual assault, then I will not respect that opinion. I will be strongly against it.
If someone hypothetically, mind you, says they want you to be butchered and like served in a Happy Meal, is that illegal? Or is that
Yeah,
just a
that
desire?
that's a verbal threat.
That's not
That
illegal.
is,
That's just
on a
saying, I
technicality, that is
hope
a
this
verbal threat,
happens.
though.
That's just not true. We're in the law. We're in the law as our threat. It's just saying, I hope you get hit by a bus. Hypothetically, that's just a gesture of freedom of speech.
Right, but
That's not a threat. That's just
even
saying,
though
I
it
hope it happens.
it may be freedom of speech, but should it be said? No. Should it be fought? No, it
It
shouldn't.
doesn't matter. So you might
It
not
does
agree with
matter
them, but
though.
you should agree to die for the right that they say. You should agree to lay down your life so that they have the right to threaten to rape you, or to at least say that they hope you get raped. You should lay down your
No,
life for freedom.
no, that's so fucking weird. Because like, if it was for like a general thing, like they were sharing their actual opinion on something that is valid and understandable, fair. But he is
That is
not.
their opinion.
He,
Their opinion
but
is they hope you get molested.
right, but
That's an opinion.
that's not a valid opinion though, is it?
Who says? Why not? You can't nibble at the outer edges of freedom. Either we get full freedom or we don't get any freedom at all.
That's not really how it works, but okay.
Either you get the full fucking train or you don't get a train at all. You can't nibble at a fucking engine and expect it to still work. You have to get the full fucking package, and if you don't, then you don't get freedom anymore. You get this watered down,
Right, but
abstract version
the
which
way
no one
you're
likes.
sounding and the way you're coming at me does generally seem like you support pedophilia. That's what you look like and how you seem to me right now in this moment. Because you were
I
strongly
would have to disagree.
defending. I mean, right now you're strongly defending weakness.
I'm just defending a man's right to say what he wants. A man's opinion, a man's innate desires. I'm not condoning it. I'm just defending his right to say it. I will lay down my life for freedom, and you should too. You should lay down your life to be free. Otherwise, you're just a slave in chains, and death is a better alternative to slavery.
Right, but still, he's saying all this weird shit. He was speaking about, people should impregnate 9-year-old girls, and in the video he says he supports pedophilia, and now you're defending him and supporting him. That just puts you in the same boat, I feel. That
He was
makes you
role
seem
playing.
like him. He was not role playing.
From my
You can look
from my observation,
in the
he was in a
server,
dark
there is
role
no,
play server.
yes, is the server list of Dark RP, but if you look, he has
What do
no,
you think dark roleplay means?
he has no,
It's a correlation to dark humor. Dark humor meaning eccentric, absurd, out of the vein of social etiquette.
Dark
It's
RP is
dark
just
roleplay.
it's the only roleplay there is for Gmod. That other than like Half-Life and specific things, right?
It's meant to be dark.
It's
It's meant to be absurd.
only reason it's on Dark is because it's about, you know,
It's meant to be past the essence of reason. It's not
no,
meant
there's
to
stuff like
be
growing
in the
weed,
perception
meth
of
dealers, stuff like
society.
that. That's the reason it's Dark RP. There, in every server, no matter what server you go in, you cannot roleplay being a pedophile and a pedophile supporter. You can't do that. That is against the rules. That's against terms of service of
But you can
Gmod.
roleplay as a murderer
It's
and a drug dealer. What do you
yeah,
think's better? Do you think it's better to ruin someone's life by giving them methamphetamine, or do you think it's better to just rape someone and they'll get over it in 10 years?
but they won't know that's thing sticks with people for life, right?
Well, no, it doesn't.
With
Meth is worse. Meth
bro,
is
what
objectively worse.
with meth, you think
Weed is worse than being
there's
raped.
there's a
Taking
better
drugs is worse.
there's a better chance that you get through and can go to rehab with meth and stuff. But when it comes to rape, there's if it's that bad on someone's mental, if they're like so young, that will stick with them for life, and they can't get rid of it no matter what they do. It's a thing they cannot get rid of no matter what. But with
There
a
is a
meth
chance
addiction, they
that
can.
marijuana can give you schizophrenia. There's a chance that ice will turn your brain to mush, heroin may give you an allergic reaction, you will die. I would rather
Hold
just
on,
be
you're
raped
trying to say
and
that
not have schizophrenia.
cannabis, weed, will give you schizophrenia?
Yeah, it can. In instances, it can.
Do you have any proof backing
Type it
this
up.
up? Because I
Type it up.
I can't open my Opera right now because my fucking
Up.
PC is
It's
bugging.
an established medical fact. Marijuana can give you schizophrenia. In some cases, if you have the predisposition, like let's say in schizophrenia, there are genes which are receptive to schizophrenia. So when you turn 30, you develop it. If you have, in cases where you wouldn't get schizophrenia and you only have some genes which have a predisposition, marijuana can unlock those genes and it basically gives you the disease which otherwise would have been left dormant. Marijuana is one of the worst. No, seriously, top it up. Marijuana is one of the worst, most toxic things to ever exist in this world, and it's the devil's herb. There's a reason we
No,
call
it's
it
not.
Satan's herb.
It's a
It is,
Me
and the only
personally,
people who
I
disagree
feel
are
it's
drug
a
addicts.
good thing. I think marijuana is good.
Because you're a drug addict. You think it's good because you're a drug addict.
I'm not a drug addict. I'm not addicted to it by any chance.
Everyone says that. You're a drug addict. You're a drug addict in denial.
I mean, I'm not. If I was a drug addict, all I would do is smoke weed all day, every day. But that's not what I do.
Well, you get to that. You're what, 15 now, you said? You're starting
Hmm.
young, and then soon you're going to be some fucking pothead who's doing nothing all day and only talking about weed.
Well, I mean, no,
It's the same with coffee.
I use
Causes
it
addiction. Weed causes
medically.
addiction. Ice,
It may not
meth.
be.
Rape doesn't cause addiction. Tell me what addiction being raped causes or being
I
molested.
I never
What
said it
addiction does
causes
it
an
give you?
addiction. I never said it does cause an addiction. I
So,
just said
so it
that
only
someone.
happens once, and then you get over it. But if you
But
have weed, you're hooked.
you can't just get over it, and you can smoke weed once and not get hooked. I've seen people smoke a joint like before, and I've given people a joint before, and they have not gotten addicted to it, and they've just said, "Ah, it's not really my thing." Cool.
And I've seen people who've had it once, and then they get schizophrenia, and their whole life is ruined. They're thrown into a fucking padded cell. It happens. It might not happen to everyone, but there are select cases where people get schizophrenia from smoking cannabis, and that is a medical fact. You might scoff at that, but you can't scoff at fucking science, and you can't scoff at medicine.
Right, but
I know, type it up.
off
I
of
don't
that,
know, like,
right, okay, you may be on about that shit, but the main thing that you came at me for is stupid. I actually do think it is so dumb.
so you do admit I'm right. You do admit I'm right. It can cause schizophrenia.
I'm not saying you're right. I've not seen the proof myself. I'm just saying if you want to say that, you can say that. I'm not going to stop you. You can say what you want
In
when it comes to that,
people who have
but
the gene, you know how you have genes? Some genes lay dormant. If
I'm
you
going to
have
be
brown
so
eyes,
through
but
with
your
you
mum
right
has
now.
blue eyes.
I don't give a fuck about any of this marijuana shit. You're coming at me for my videos, and with the first one, alright, cool. There's not a whole bunch of proof. If you're not happy
There's
with
no
the
proof.
title, I can easily change the title to Weird Guy instead of Predator, and then that's
Or
fine.
accused predator or alleged. Maybe alleged because he's not been convicted. There's no
I'll
charges.
just change
It's
it to
slander
Weird
what you're
Guy.
doing.
I will change it to
And
Weird
that can
Man.
be turned in. If you
No,
call
because
someone a
weird
predator
is
and they're actually not, you can be subject for legal action.
right, but
That's libel and slander.
the word weird and calling someone a weird person is not directly correlated to being a predator. It's just someone who is
Okay,
strange and weird and does weird things. So
I
I'll
would
change that
agree with that.
title. That's fine. I'll change that title. But the main thing I'm upset with your opinion on, and I am, quite pissed off about, is how you're trying to defend weakness. Like,
Yep.
you're trying to defend
What
someone
about it?
who is openly supporting pedophilia. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
he is he a pedophile though, or is he just a supporter?
I have no proof that he is, but I suspect he probably is. I mean, after I finish recording, you can't just 100% believe me. I'm just going to tell you anyway. If you choose to believe me or not, that's on you. After I finished recording both of those, he was still going on until he was permabanned from the server I was in,
It
right?
was role playing.
He wasn't role playing though. He was not role playing at
But why
all.
is it alright to role play as a murderer and a drug addict, but not like a rapist in dark role play? Dark role
Right.
play meaning it's meant to be on the outer edges of society. It's meant to
It's against the
be the
rules.
criminal element of
It's
society.
against the rules. I don't know what you want me to
But
say.
why
It's
is it against the
against the
rule?
rules and
Do
it's
you think
morally wrong. It is morally wrong.
what is better in your eyes? Like, what is a morally better thing to do? To kill someone or to rape them?
There's no morally better there, but rape is
Yeah, there
worse.
is.
Rape is worse.
Rape is better because if you kill
No,
someone, you extinguish their life. They have no chance. They've got no
bruh.
chance to get over it. They've
But
got no chance to
if you
succeed.
kill
If you rape
someone,
them, like boohoo, you get over it.
oh my fucking god, I
It
can't believe you
happens.
just said that.
It
Anyway,
happens.
but if you kill someone, they're done, they're gone, they don't exist, right? But if you rape someone, you'll
Exactly.
have to live with that. You know, some people will
And they
sit
can
there
get
and they
over it.
will have that feeling that they're in the same spot again, and they will like feel like their touch is still on them, and they will have nightmares. They will, you know, they can suffer from medical conditions and develop things. You know, they can get extreme depression. You know, suicidal tendencies. You know, I
And
mean,
they
there's
can
a
get
lot
over
that
that.
can
Listen, son,
happen.
you're young. You're a youngin, a young buck.
You sound
I
young
talk to rape
yourself.
victims all the time. I talk to rape victims all the time. I talk to people in domestic violence situations, and I help them. I help them because I'm an altruist. I help them because I'm charitable. I talk to these people all the time, and a lot of the time when I help them, they learn to get over it. It is not the final solution. Being raped is not the final solution, and they get over it.
Not
Partly because I help
everyone,
them get. I help
not
them get
everyone
over it.
can quote unquote get over it.
Everyone's got the potential to. If they haven't offered themselves, you always have a chance. You always have a
Not
chance to hop
everyone
over
has a
the
chance
hurdle.
though. Not
And
everyone has that chance. Some people
if
can be
you're
so
alive, you always
negative.
have a chance.
No, you know, some people can be so negatively impacted that the very same night they take their life and they take that action.
And if they do that, they're going to hell because suicide's against the Bible, and they decide to squander God's gift. There is a reason they survived rape, and the reason they survived rape is to push past their ordeal and to live through it. God gave them another chance in a traumatic episode, and they need to get over it. Like when I talk to people, when I talk to rape victims, I sit them down and I say, "You need to get over this. I know it's difficult. Let's talk about. Explain it to me in graphic detail. Be as graphic as you want. And then when we've indulged ourselves in the deepest, darkest things of what's happened, you've released all that baggage, and now you can move on. You have to get them to explain it to you thoroughly, open to them, like even to the most miniature detail, even to the most miniature detail, and only then can they let go. Only then can their burden be gone, and their will to live be, flourish, to be flourished. Only then can they be free. That's pretty much to summarize it.
Right, but you're
You get
still
all that?
you sound like you're supporting people doing that though. That's what you sound like you're saying. And you're
No,
supporting
but I
people's
support their right
opinion.
to express themselves online. I would rather they express themselves online than act this way in the public.
Alright, let's say hypothetically, emphasizing hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
Someone who's a real life rapist is online, they tell you they've done these things in real life, and they're like, oh, you should do this, you should do this, da 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 da. Are you gonna sit there and support and be like, oh, I support your opinion, you can say that, that's okay?
I support his right to say it, but I would politely decline. I'd politely decline his offer to help me in raping people. But I would support his right in telling people what he's done and expressing himself, because everyone has the right to express themselves. Everyone has the right. If he's served his time, he's been punished for what he's done. You said he's a rapist, so he's been convicted. He's
No,
just
there's
saying what
no
he's done.
punishment that is good enough for a rapist. There's no punishment that is good enough
I,
for
I I think
them
five
to.
years is
5
maybe
years
five
does
years and two and a
nothing.
half on home
That
detention.
that does nothing
I think
though.
I think the law is, I think in the UK there was a guy who raped someone. He got off in what 180 days.
All rapists
Do you think
should
that's
be
a fair
executed.
punishment?
All sex
I'll see if I
offenders
can
and
find
rapists
it.
should be executed. That there's no question about it. They don't
What if
deserve
they're a
life.
refugee? What if they're a refugee and they come from a country where it's normalized and they didn't understand the laws
Doesn't matter. Those
of the
countries
UK,
shouldn't
of
be
your
like that.
country?
The age of consent should be 18 everywhere in the world. I don't agree if it's anywhere below. I don't agree with my country being having it 16, right?
Hey,
I
what do
don't.
you? What did you say?
The legal age of consent should be 18. I don't. You know,
18.
yeah. So you're actually
Jesus.
developed. You can
Why?
choose that. Because if they're any younger, they're gonna
18.
make stupid decisions and they're probably gonna end up regretting it later on.
Everyone is going to make stupid decisions. You don't think 17? You don't think 17 is a
No,
reasonable age?
I feel 18 is the most
That's
reasonable age.
well. Are you against the laws of your own country then?
I don't like it.
No.
I
Why are
feel
you for
for.
the rules in a Gary's mod server, but you're not for the rules? You're not for the laws in your own country.
What do you mean for the laws in a garage mod server? In the server, you can't be role playing as a rapist. That's why he got permabanned.
That's right. Why are you for those rules? You know, you say, oh, it's the rules. That's why you can't do it. But then when it comes to your law, like I could go to the UK and have sex with a 16-year-old. That's legal.
I don't agree
Why
with
don't
it
you?
though.
Why aren't you a law abider? Why don't you respect the
It's
law?
I don't agree with the law. I don't agree with that. That is one law I don't agree with. Like everything else you can do at 16, yeah, cool. You can get your L's, you can drive moped, cool, yeah, fine, happy with that. But being able to legally consent and have sex legally at the age of 16, I don't agree with. That is the one thing I don't agree with at that.
Now, I'm going to give you some scenarios because I think you're looking at this in a very black and white way. I think you need to look at this. It's a grey area. Sometimes the rapist is the victim, and not all rapists are the perpetrators. Some are victims. Some are just don't understand what they're doing. So I'm going to find some
What do you, no, no,
examples for
no,
the
no,
country.
no. What do you mean? You know, some rapists are the victims. If they
I'll
are
find it.
raping someone, they are not a victim. They're the perpetrator.
Let me find you this example. Um,
No,
Give me a moment.
you are saying all this shit, which is really fucking weird, and I'm done with this conversation.
Well, I think you should look at the laws. I think you should understand that sometimes they're not at fault. Like if they can't speak English, for example, maybe they didn't understand that the woman didn't give consent. Or if it's
But
a religious
if
teacher,
someone comes to an English-speaking country, they can't just go around doing whatever they want. They have to learn the language. If you want to not be perpetrated for something, learn the language and learn the laws. Like if I go holiday somewhere, I will learn the laws because I can put it into my language, the laws, so I know the law. Do you know what I'm saying? To what to
does
and
that
to
not
what do.
seem racist to you though?
How is
That
that
seems a bit
racist?
racist to me. You
How is it
shouldn't
racist?
impose imperialism. You shouldn't impose. That's imposing imperialism on
No, I
just
feel if
immigrants.
you're
You're
going
forcing
to a
people to learn your
country,
language because you think your language is better than theirs,
I don't
and
think my
you're
language is
imposing
better
your
by any
imperialism
chance.
onto them.
I never said the language is
Well, why
better.
can't they?
I'm just saying
Why
if
do they
they
have to learn
come
English if they go to the UK? Why do
right,
you
if
need to
they
learn
come to the
English then?
UK, you don't have to learn it, but you have to learn the law. If you go to a country, you have to learn the law.
Why?
Because
Why?
otherwise you will end up breaking the law, and when you get perpetrated, you're at fault no matter what. It is your problem if you did not take the time and liberty to learn the law to avoid committing a crime.
What about this case? This is a Quran teacher who was, I think he molested a girl, he touched her chest, whatever. He was spared jail because his family needed him to help him. If he went to prison, his family would starve, they would be in really bad, perilous conditions. Do you
I'm not
agree
go-
with the judge?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. He made the decision his fault. He should go to prison. He should serve time.
Should his family suffer for a crime of passion?
That's his fault. If his family suffers, he's the one that made the choice to force them to suffer in the end. Think about your
Do you
actions and
think
the
it's fair
outcomes before you do
for
them.
war casualties? This is one girl has the chance will get over it in like 6 years, as opposed to a whole family is ruined. This is like five people. This is the trolley problem. You'd rather kill five people instead of one.
You're not understanding. He commits the crime, his problem. That he did that. He chose to do it. He put his family into that situation because he chose to do that thing. Right?
What do you think the punishment for rape?
Well, what do I think the punishment should be?
That's right. Do you think it should be maybe
Execution.
8 years in prison?
Execution. Simple, blunt answer. They should not
And
have the
that's
liberty of living after violating somebody.
so. Don't you think that's a bit harsh? What
I
if
don't care.
what if they're a
I
family?
don't care. I don't care if they have a family. I don't care who's gonna miss them. They did that. That's their punishment. I think they should have, and they deserve it by every fucking mean.
You don't believe in the right to a second chance.
No, like other things maybe, but this no. A rapist,
Is this
sexual
for
assaulter,
pedophiles or rapists? Is this
both.
for or both?
Yeah.
What if it's So what if you're having sex with a girl and you do bondage and she's gagged and she wants to stop but you can't read the symbol or you read the signals wrong and you keep going and then she accuses you of rape? Could
One,
that guy be killed?
one. I would never do bondage, but if it's hypothetical, in that situation, if you are doing that, that's your fault for putting the gag on her. It doesn't matter.
What if a girl?
You need to think about what will happen with your actions. Like you can't
What if a
just
woman? What if a woman just doesn't like? She has regrets afterwards, and then accuses him of raping her. Or what if the guy misinterpreted the signals? Like,
what do you mean misinterpreted the
surely there
signals?
should be some nuance. What if she said stop, but she didn't use a safe word?
If someone says stop, you should stop no matter what. If it's a sexual thing,
Well, that's
if they say
what
stop,
if they had a
you stop it.
pre-established thing, and it says
Doesn't
only
matter.
stop if I use the safe word?
Doesn't matter. You still
So,
should stop if they say the word
so
stop.
you wanna wage a Puritan war? You're a Puritan then. You're a Puritan who wants to wage a
No,
war against kings.
no. If you
This is a Puritan mantra.
no, what you got to think about is the human brain forgets thousands of things every day. So in a high intense moment like a sexual intercourse, if they forget that safe word and they don't want what's happening to continue, then the only word they can say is stop. And if you do not listen and you continue, that is your fault.
Why can't they say a safe word?
What if they forget it?
Well, that's on them, isn't it? That's
No,
their
it's not.
fault.
If no matter what, if someone says stop, you should always stop.
You can be honest with me. I assume you're white. Um, I'm Aboriginal. Just letting you know. I don't know if you know what Aboriginals even are.
I don't really care,
Um,
not gonna lie, but okay.
is is this? Oh, I'm from. I think they call it the Ghana tribe. I'm just letting you know, just so you understand the nuance I'm coming from. Um, a lot of sexual offenders throughout the world, in the UK, Germany, France, Australia, they come, they're overrepresented from a migrant, disproportionately, they're from a migrant background. That's not racist, that's true. A lot of racist people, they try scapegoating migrants and using the sexual statistics, the sexual abuse statistics, to justify their desires to deport all people of a migrant background and build an ethno-state in their country.
Why the
You can be
fuck
honest
are
with
you?
me.
Why
Are
the
you
fuck
trying
are
to
you?
build?
No. Why are you speaking about race when it has nothing to do with race or like migrants or anything like that? You were bringing in
Because
something
this
new
is
that
a
I'm not
talking
even
point of the
speaking
far
about.
right.
Not
This
really.
is
It has
a
nothing to
talking point of
do
the far right.
with their backgrounds, their nationality, things like
Um,
that, their skin color. That does not matter. What matters is the actions they do, right? What you do is what you choose to. Let's say you pick up a cup. That's what you did. Your brain, you thinking, you picked the cup up. So it's the same of if you choose to have a non-consensual sex with a female or male for that matter, for anyone, then that's your fault and you should be held fully responsible. Even if you have a mental illness or you're drunk, it doesn't not matter at all. You still made that choice.
it just
We're
feels like to
sentient
me
beings.
that you're
We're
using this
sentient,
as an
intelligent
excuse to kill
people.
brown people. It feels like you're using
What?
this as an excuse to try to kill brown people
How
because
is it?
they are heavily. Well, I'm reading statistics in the UK. They are disproportionately convicted for sexual offences,
Okay,
which
but
is molestation,
I'm
rape,
not saying.
pedophilia. You're saying they
Listen,
should all get the death penalty.
I'm saying
You don't
if
even want to give
they,
preferential treatment to people of a migrant background. You
I
don't even want to
don't
allow
care
them
about their
to have a second
background.
chance.
I don't care if
And
they're
I think that's
white,
wrong.
brown, I don't care what their skin color is, where they're from, or anything like that. If they commit the crime, they go to prison, right? They take that. I'm like,
So
if
prison,
it doesn't
not
matter
because
if they, if
I'm all for prison.
even listen, even if a white person did it, I would still say they should be executed. I don't care who it is. Fuck, it could be my fucking cousin, and I'd still say execute them. It could be my closest friend, the closest person to me in my life, and I'd still say execute them, and I'd do it with my bare fucking hands if they did that thing. I don't care what they are, who they are, where they're from, nationality, it does not matter. I'm not saying kill all brown people, kill all fucking whites. No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Do you agree a lot of brown people that are going to die with your ideas that they ever got put in place? A lot of brown people are going to die because of this.
If they're committing the
And
crime,
don't
then
you think
that's on
that's
them.
wrong?
It doesn't matter who
Well,
they are.
I'm trying to find the crime rate for specific crimes, but overall they are disproportionately. Well, what if they're framed by police? Don't you want to let them be in prison for 10 years until we can work out if they're framed? How do you know racism isn't attached to a lot of these rape cases?
Race has nothing to do with the conversation we're having now. You're bringing race into it. This whole time you've been trying to bring race into it when I am not. I'm speaking about purely the crime and the action the person is doing and what they're taking, right? Race has nothing to do with this.
But these seem like talking points from a Patriot Front, which I believe is the far right organisation in the UK. Is that right? Not Patriot. Hang on.
I don't
Is it
fucking know.
Patriot
I'm not into
England
like
far
politics
right
and shit. I
group?
don't really fucking know.
There
I'm
was UK far right. There was this group which uses the exact same talking points you're using to try to accelerate to radicalize and polarize the public. It's it just feels like to me United Patriots Front. It's called United Patriots Front. Yeah, I heard of them in the news recently, and I looked into them. Oh no, that's the Australian one. Or Patriot, or there's a lot of them. It's Patriotic Alternative. It's Patriotic something. Yeah, it's Patriotic Alternative. They use the same
okay.
talking points you do, and they use that as an
So,
excuse to try to demonize people of a migrant background.
but I'm not doing
And
that
do
though.
you agree that's wrong?
If
But
they're
it feels
trying,
like you're doing it.
no, if they're like trying to get rid of people purely because of how they look, that is wrong, right? Where they come from, it is wrong. But if they do an action, something they can control, then they should take responsibility for it. But let's say they come from, like, I don't know, let's say it's during, the war where ISIS is at large in Afghanistan and some refugees escape the country and come to the UK. I think, yeah, they should stay, that's fine. But if they come and, like, one person fucking, rapes someone, that one person will be prosecuted, not everybody else. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter where they come from or what they, it matters what they do, like, afterwards. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't care where people are coming from. It's the actions they're taking.
I just hope the mask you're using never gets revealed. But
What do you mean?
do you think
What does that mean?
do you think
No, no. Explain
the
what you
man
mean.
who
If
is
you're gonna
saying that he
say
wants you to be
something,
molested?
no, no. If you're
I,
saying
I
something, I
just
want you to explain it. What do you
I think
mean by like you hope the mask I'm hiding behind or whatever fucking doesn't get revealed? What does that mean? Explain, because that makes no
I
sense.
think you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you mean, so I want you to explain. I'd like you to explain what you're
I
saying,
think you
because
know what I'm talking about, and
but I don't.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna fall for the bait. Just so I say something that should be pretty obvious to both of us because we both know what I'm talking about.
But I
I
don't.
just hope the
That's why I'm
mask that you
asking
have
you.
doesn't get revealed because you're subduing it at the moment, and that's commendable.
What do you
But
mean?
I know how these things escalate. But
I mean,
the next question I was going to ask.
no,
So
we're not. We're
yeah,
not
we've
going to brush
established you want the
past
death
it.
penalty.
What are you on about by? What do you mean, bro? You're saying I understand and I know what you're on about, but I don't. I genuinely do not know what you mean. That's why I'm
If you don't
asking you.
understand, then
No,
in
you're
posterity, when
expecting
you're
me.
re-looking at the recording, you may.
What do you mean, bro? You're making no sense.
But listen, if this is the hill you want to die on, then it's the
No,
hill you want to die on. I guess
I'm
that's
dead set saying I'm very, very confused on what you mean. That's why I'm asking you what you're on about. I'm not just gonna sit here and be like, oh, like if I knew what you meant, then I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know if I quite fall for it. Now, I
Fool
think that's
for
all the
what?
questions I have for the time being. I'll send you the recording tomorrow. I hope you take a good look at it and you take a good look at yourself and you know, become a better person, maybe with a more
I'll send you my email.
just iron
My,
guard morality.
I'll make a burner and I'll send you
So have a
that.
good day.
Boys, I don't know what the fuck this guy is on, what the fuck he's on about, but bro, what? Sorry for like the crazy fucking, like reaction here now, but I'm so bro, what? I'm so just blown away with what the fuck this guy is like on about. He's on like some mask or some shit, and he's like, "Oh, you know what I'm on about?" No, I don't. I genuinely don't know what he's on about, and I'm so goddamn fucking confused. Um, please don't harass this guy. I know his username is like right here and shit. Um, I'm saying to not go harass him. If you do, that's on you. That I cannot be held accountable and responsible for what people do with this information, what they see. Um, I just don't know what to say, man. I hope you all have a nice day. Oh, he's typing actually. Wait, let's not end yet. Once I end recording, if anything else happens, I will let you all know, and I'll record more. And then if anything happens, I will, have it here. I don't know what the fuck this guy's on about. I'll see if I can get him to say what the fuck he's on about, because I'm so confused. Like, I don't know what this guy's fucking on about, man. I'm so confused, dude. Well, this has been a fucking roller coaster. If anything else happens, if there's like more, then I will record. Soon, at some point, I'll be making either a Twitter or an Instagram for, the channel where I'll be posting things that, can't be recorded because it's too short. E.g., like this screenshot, I don't believe you guys have seen because this was said after one of the videos I made. Stuff like this will be posted with the link to the video and stuff like that. So there's more stuff added, so there's more context for you. Plans for the future. Hopefully I can get a new setup for the videos. Try editing things. Anything else happens here, and I'll update you guys. I hope you all have an amazing day.